I never imagined that the person I had spent my entire life working for, the person I had loved unconditionally, would tell me with her own lips that I wasn't welcome in her life. And it happened on the day I thought would be the happiest. 1. Her birthday. I stood outside her house, holding a gift I had spent weeks choosing. I smiled, rehearsed my words, ready to surprise her. But instead of a warm hug, I was met with cold indifference. And then she said it. "Dad, you're not welcome here today." Every fiber of my being froze. Not angry, not confused at first, just numb. That sentence, it cut deeper than anything I had ever experienced. And in that moment, I knew I had a choice to make. Do I walk away broken, or do I show her what it really means to take someone for granted? Before the story begins, like this video and hit that subscribe button. I had always been a hard-working man. I grew up understanding that life doesn't give you anything for free. I worked my fingers to the bone, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 3, just to make sure my family never went without my daughter. She was my pride and joy. From the moment I held her in my arms, I promised myself that I would give her every opportunity I never had. I sacrificed vacations, luxuries, nights out, all for her. And the house? That house wasn't just bricks and walls. It was every penny I saved, every sleepless night, every overtime hour. I wanted it to be her safe haven, a place where she could feel love and security for the rest of her life. I remember when she got engaged. Her fiancé was nice enough, and I welcomed him into our family. I wanted her to be happy. I even helped them financially, contributing quietly to their wedding and initial expenses. I never bragged about it. I never expected gratitude. I just thought love was enough. Then came her birthday this year. I was excited. She had always loved surprises, and I had planned something special. I had bought her favorite flowers, a hand-picked gift, and I even wrote her a letter expressing how proud I was of the woman she had become. I walked up to her door, heart beating fast, rehearsing my greeting. But before I could knock, the door opened and I saw her. She was dressed impeccably, surrounded by friends, laughing and chatting. And then her eyes met mine. "Dad, you're not welcome here today," she said again, this time with that same cold certainty. I froze. My hand, holding the flowers, trembled slightly. "Excuse me?" I managed to whisper. "You heard me," she said, looking slightly embarrassed. I don't want you here. It's my day, and, well, my friends might find it awkward." And just like that, the house I had built for her, the life I had poured everything into, felt like it had turned to ice. I walked away quietly, not because I didn't want to shout, but because words wouldn't have conveyed the pain in my chest, the betrayal. It wasn't just about the party. It was about love being disregarded, years of sacrifice being treated as invisible. I sat in my car for hours, staring blankly at nothing. Anger mingled with heartbreak. How could she, my own daughter, judge me so harshly? Did she even see the blood, sweat, and tears I had poured into giving her everything? I remembered her childhood, her first steps, her first words, her scraped knees that I had tended to at midnight. All of those moments, every memory, felt twisted now, as if they were worthless to her. And then slowly, the pain turned into clarity. If she could be so indifferent to me, maybe it was time she understood what it meant to take someone for granted. I didn't want to hurt her unnecessarily. I didn't want to ruin her life completely. I just wanted her to realize sometimes that people you think will always be there for you are only there if you respect them. And then it hit me. The house. The house was technically still under my name. I had given her the keys and told her it was hers, but the deed? That had never left my hands. I began to quietly gather the necessary paperwork. I hired a lawyer to help me reclaim ownership. Nothing illegal, nothing shocking, just a legal, rightful move. Every step of the process, I felt a mixture of nervous anticipation and grim satisfaction. She had dismissed me, humiliated me in front of her friends, and now she was about to see what it felt like to lose the comfort she had always taken for granted. The day of her birthday, I did not attend. I stayed home, pretending to myself that I had accepted her rejection. But in reality, I was preparing Dot by the afternoon. Her fiancé and a few friends were gathered in the house, celebrating, laughing, taking pictures. And then came the legal notice, a certified letter, hand-delivered to the house. She opened it. I watched from a distance, unseen. Her eyes widened as she read. She screamed, first in disbelief, then in panic. The house she had called her own, the home she had grown up in, a sanctuary she had never appreciated, no longer belonged to her. Her fiancé tried to calm her, but the reality hit. Every comfort, every privilege she had enjoyed without thought was gone. I didn't gloat. I didn't shout from the rooftops. I walked away quietly, feeling a strange sense of closure. She had finally learned a lesson about respect, gratitude, and the consequences of taking love for granted. Sometimes revenge isn't about anger. Sometimes it's about justice, clarity, and letting someone face the truth they refused to see. As I sat in my car, watching her struggle to comprehend the reality, I whispered to myself, she shut the door on me at her birthday. So I shut the door on the life she took for granted. And for the first time in weeks, I felt at peace. Not because I had hurt her, but because I had finally reclaimed my dignity. Life teaches you lessons in unexpected ways. Love without respect is fragile. Sacrifice without acknowledgement can be invisible. And sometimes the harshest truths come not from strangers, but from the family we think will always understand. I don't know what the future holds with my daughter. Maybe one day she'll understand. Maybe she won't. But I know this, I will. Never let anyone, not even my own child, take my worth or my sacrifices for granted again.